Chapter 5. Under the Blue Sky. "Anaya! Get me a glass of water!" Ginny screamed at the top of her lungs. Anaya scrambled around to wash her hands and wipe them off. She rushed out of the kitchen with a glass of water and came into the living room where her mother was. Ginny took the water and gulped it down. Anaya stood on the side. She was wearing an old apron and her hair was in a messy bun because she was washing the dishes. Ginny placed the empty glass on the coffee table without looking at Anaya and said, "Today I went out with my friends and they said that the Alpha's house is looking for someone to do their housework. I have already told them that you will take the job." Anaya was shocked. Work at the Alpha's house? Is this what Anaya was reduced to? Working at home or working at the Alpha's house wouldn't be that different. Here, Anaya could pretend that she was doing her own chores, but once Anaya starts working at the Alpha's house, she would be officially labeled as a servant. But Anaya was not in the position to say no. She didn't have any money. She was already dropped out from school and didn't have any worth. What would she say to defend herself in front of her mother? Just saying that she didn't want to work as a maid wouldn't do it. Her feelings were not important. "Go to the Alpha's house tomorrow and start working. I have already spoken to them. Finish all the work at home and then go there after 9 in the morning," Ginny said, and pretended as if Anaya wasn't standing there. Anaya quietly took the glass and went back to the kitchen to continue washing the dishes. If she was to go there at 9, Anaya had to finish all the housework by 8:30. That meant waking up even earlier. Breakfast couldn't even be considered. Anaya sighed and closed her eyes for a second. She tried to look for anything positive. Maybe she could save money after working. Their family condition wasn't bad. Her father earned well as a mart owner. They didn't lack money in any way, so was it necessary to make Anaya feel humiliated like this? Anaya didn't know what her mother was thinking, but she obviously wasn't thinking about Anaya. Maybe she needed the extra money. Anaya finished washing the dishes and cleaned up the counters. Lunchtime was over, and Charlotte must be on her way back home. Anaya quietly went back to her room in the attic with 2 slices of bread and a sausage from morning breakfast. She ate by the small window and cheered slowly. She could feel the weakness in her body these days. Her wolf rarely came out, and shifting wasn't easy with a broken body like hers. Anaya wanted to run away. Anaya had dreamt of running away many times, but her dreams were just dreams. They never came true. Anaya didn't have the money to go anywhere. Finishing up the bread and sausage, Anaya was about to go downstairs again, but she heard the front door open. Charlotte's cheerful voice called for her mother, followed by a sweet laugh. Anaya's heart trembled. She did not remember ever laughing like that. Before Charlotte came into the world, Anaya thought that the way her parents treated her was the way that all parents treated their children. She didn't mind it. But ever since she saw Charlotte living a beautiful life, Anaya realized the difference between them. Since Charlotte came back from school, Anaya stayed upstairs. Ginny made some home-cooked meals for her daughter to eat and let her watch TV for a while. Anaya leaned on the window and closed her eyes. The heaviness on her chest was getting heavier and heavier. It was always present, and at this point, she didn't even feel uncomfortable. The heaviness had become a silent companion of hers. "Arnold," Anaya whispered, her voice thick. "Are you in heaven?" Anaya didn't receive a reply. She continued to speak like a lunatic. "Heaven must be good, right? You must have become an angel. Can you see me from up there?" Anaya looked up at the blue sky through the stained glass. She imagined Arnold's smiling face on the cloud and smiling. Her eyes teared up a little, but she didn't let them fall. She won't let them fall if she could help it. Swallowing down the thickness of emotion, she spoke again. "Do you want me to come and keep you company?" The thought alone was dangerous, but this wasn't the first time Anaya thought about it. There was no one to tell her that this wasn't something she should be thinking about. All alone, Anaya felt like accompanying her brother in a place like heaven sounded too good. So good that Anaya felt like she couldn't have it, that she didn't deserve it. "Maybe some other time, Arnold. Anaya choked. "For now you can watch over us. I can hold up for a while. Don't worry about me." The weightless clouds slowly kept moving. The image of Arnold's smile shattered from the sky. The sharp rays of afternoon sun stung Anaya's tearful eyes. She wondered if someone was watching the afternoon sky like her. On the southern part of the world, Alpha Roman laid on the green grass of his garden. He rested with his palms under his head and observed the afternoon sky. The clouds had a peculiar shape to them. He liked watching the clouds go by every day. It was calming, like his soul was being soothed all over. The kids rushed into the gates, making a lot of noise. Alpha Roman closed his eyes and continued to bathe in the sun. He felt something poke his forehead and opened his blue eyes to see a small, aggrieved face in front of his. "Alpha, Georgia got into a fight at school today," Tina said and straightened up. "Did she win?" Tina giggled and nodded. "Yes." Roman closed his eyes again and said without hiding the pride in his voice, "Good.